So as you can probably tell from the title of this video, I am back in an E9X generation BMW. And as a quick disclaimer, I still have the M4. The M4 content will still be here. Don't worry guys. I just thought it would be fun to add another mini project to the channel. So with all that being said, let's get outside, take a look at my new E90 328i and get into some quick details about this little gem. Here she is guys, my 2008 BMW E90 328i. Now on first glance you might be thinking, what kind of piece of shit did you just buy, Omar? This thing looks like a pile of junk. And yes, don't get me wrong, immediately we can see this car definitely needs some paint. It definitely has a lot of body work that's going to need to be done to it. As you can see, the headlights are really fogged up and very cloudy. Come over to the front bumper as well. You can see there's a crack in here, not that it's a big deal, but just you can see this car had a lot of neglect on the exterior, and overall that is reflected by the quality of the paint on this E90. Now, what's truly amazing about this car is I actually bought it with a buddy of mine. You guys have probably seen him on the channel. His name's Tyler. He had that mineral gray 435i. He still has it, and it's actually for sale if any of you guys are interested. I'll put his Instagram in the description box down below. But we actually bought this car together, and we got it down in Imperial Beach in San Diego, and we picked it up for cheap, like under $4,000 cheap. And what's amazing is that it has like no dents on the body. Like, yes, the exterior definitely needs paint and whatnot, but there's like barely any dents or anything major that the body will need. And if we come over to the interior, I'm sorry it's not the cleanest at the moment. Check this out guys, 84,000 miles. It's a clean title car. 2 owners, we Carfaxed it, not a single accident. We hooked up our OBD scanner into the OBD port to check to see if there's any error codes. Nothing. There are no dash lights on this car as well. It runs, it drives amazingly. It has the sunroof, as you can see, that works perfectly fine. All the electronic components work amazing. The AC, the sound system, which is just so good on this car for a factory sound system. Even the cup holders, they work totally fine, both of them. Like, that's something that always breaks on these cars. And like the wood trim, there's not a single scratch or a chip in it. The seats are in such good condition. I actually just got it registered and just waiting on the title to come in, got the new tags for it. And man, I'm so happy with this car. We just honestly bought it as a little mini like resto project. And don't worry guys, we have tons of plans for this. Obviously, this paint will be taken care of, the headlights, and you know, just some basic stuff to really make this E90 back to that original showroom condition. We're gonna try our best to basically bring it back to life. So I'm really excited. Stay tuned guys, because this is going to be such a fun little project. And like I said, don't worry, the M4 is still here, the car reviews are still going to be here, all that stuff is still going to happen. But thought I would add this along into the channel because I think it would be really fun to do a little build process on this thing. And eventually we'll probably sell it, you know, probably won't have this thing for too long and we'll get into something else. But overall, I can't believe, you know, how cheap this car was sold for and just how much value it provides. It drives so well, the alignment is so good on it. There's like not a single hiccup with the steering, there's not a single hiccup with the suspension, all the lights work and everything. Don't get me wrong, it's definitely not the best looking car in its current state, but like I said, we're going to take care of all that. So without further ado, let's hop into this E90 and let's go take it for a spin. Okay, so setting off in the E90 325i. Let me tell you guys, this thing is freaking awesome. I love this car. For those of you that are keen to my channel and have followed for quite a while, you'll probably know that back when I was in high school, my first BMW was actually an E92 328i with a 6-speed manual. And while this is an E90, it's an automatic, it still has that N52 naturally aspirated inline-6 engine. And what a charming car this is. It brings back so many memories from my first BMW, and I loved that car, guys. It was so fun. It was just such an entertaining car to drive. You know, when I was like 17, 18 years old, I thought I was the shit for owning that car. It's so strangely nostalgic. This is so much value. This car drives so unbelievably well. The interior is in such good condition overall, considering the exterior condition with the paint and the roundels being damaged and just some other miscellaneous things like the headlights being all fogged up. The alignment on this car is beautiful. There are absolutely no dash lights. There are no error codes when we scan the car with our OBD scanner. It just drives so well. The suspension, the brakes, the steering is so nice on the E90 next generation. This is back before BMW switched over to the electrically assisted steering mechanisms that a lot of these newer BMWs have, and just this is such a refreshing and well-balanced car. You know, this is the first ever BMW sedan that I've owned, and it's just so interesting to experience this. And it's been so long since I've been in an E90X generation BMW, and this E90 is not disappointing, especially for the price. I mean, it's just so much car for the money. And yes, you know, this car definitely needs some work to it, and don't worry, we're gonna fix all that, and you guys will see in the video series that's coming up. But man, oh man, this thing is just dope. Just for good measure, we'll give it another pull here. Honestly, it sounds really good. It's quiet. It's a very refined, very smooth power band, but I don't know, it's just something about it is so nice, and it picks up. This thing, for 230 horsepower, 200 pound-feet of torque, it gets up without an issue. It's definitely not a slouch of a vehicle. Even on the highway when I was driving this thing back when we first got it, deep down in San Diego, when we were taking it down the Interstate 15 freeway, this thing will hold 80, 90 miles an hour with no issues, and it gets great gas mileage too. I think on the freeway I was averaging like 27 mpgs. In the city I've been averaging about 22 to 23. And overall for an inline six, that's not bad at all. And again, that just brings me into the point that I really miss this generation of BMWs. I mean, this is the last before they kind of switched over to forced induction on everything. And there's just a level and an element of refinement and just smooth power delivery, and just everything's so silky and just well built. It just, like, part of that is because of the steering feel. I really truly believe in that. But you know, the inline six engine as well, you just get this feeling of mechanical superiority over many other cars when you're driving it, and I feel like that's something that these modern BMWs do lack just a little bit. This car definitely feels different than your average commuter car that you might find yourself driving on a day-to-day basis, and you know, that's special. And so with 84,000 miles for $3,500, I mean, Jesus, this is just awesome. I can't wait to share more with the restoration process for this car, and ultimately we are going to sell it to someone, but I think it's going to be totally well worth it. This car is just a gem. I can't believe it. It's so freaking awesome. The sound system, the AC, all the climate controls, all the LCDs for your HVAC, I mean, just everything works flawlessly. There's nothing wrong. Like, the alignment is so damn good on this car. It's actually amazing. And because of that, I truly think we scored on this car, and it's just awesome. I'm so happy to be back in one of these cars. Like I said, it's just this big nostalgic feeling. But like I said, I want to diversify the content a little bit. I want to start branching out, getting some other builds on the channel, featuring some other cars, doing some more car reviews, and just overall, you know, having a more well-rounded approach to my YouTube channel, because that's something that I always wanted to do from the start. Now, with all that being said, I'm going to end it for this video. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I hope you guys are ready for some awesome restoration content on this E90. Please make sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel down below if you haven't done so already. With all that being said, we'll catch you in the next one. Take it easy, guys.